What's going on, everybody? Happy Tuesday! What a day! Wow, what a day. Let's go over it. I didn't make a video yesterday, but had some big winners and some also big losers. So let's start with the winner to get this out of the way. So Fubo, um, yesterday got out of these calls. I said anything around 450 and I would get out of. Again, I could see this just going to Mars, but I said 450 and I was out of there. So that's exactly what I did. Those were the February 21st was the expiration, $3.50 strike price, 72 cents. Sold them for $1.02, which is a 41% gain, which is awesome. Happy with that one. Let's look at this on the weekly chart. I mean, yeah, this still looks fine. I don't know. Yeah, I really don't know. Is this a position where you just buy shares in this and just don't look for a year? Who knows? Maybe it could be. It could very well be. And then let's talk about, so Geo took a loss on this one, and this was a perfect setup for me. The shakeout below 30, then below the 50-day moving average, then another really nice day, followed by an okay day, and then whatever, and then it was weekday. I think this was Monday, so I said, wow, that's weak. You don't want to see that. It was really weak. But, it's whatever. It was still completely fine. And then down 7% the very next day on Tuesday. Just ridiculous, right? I mean, so again, these things happen very rarely, but I feel like over the last 2 months, things with such low probabilities have really been happening, and more frequently than they should. So, for example, Geo, and then we'll talk about Google. So two in the same day that are full-on anomalies. So Geo, anyways, was April 17, 31, April 17, $31 strike price, $4.55 is what I paid for him. Sold him $3.90. Which is a 14% loss. And then, this is now below the 50-day moving average, and nobody cares. All right. Now, let's go over to Bitcoin. So, oh man, did I take these around the world and back into a loss. And that is... a bad mistake to take. Like I was saying in the videos, I should probably have gotten out here during that day. I'm like, that looks like a pretty good place to get out, but we'll let it ride. And then again, and then really strong day, and then really weak day, followed by another really weak day. Just really weird, right? So that's enough of these for now until another obvious entry point. This is no longer an obvious entry point, kind of rolling over. Yes, this could rocket higher and whatever, but this is no longer obvious and doesn't meet my criteria. So we leave it at that and move on to more obvious trades. So IBIT March 21st was the expiration. Let's see this on a weekly chart. Yeah, it doesn't change it for me. March 21st was expiration, $55 strike price, $6.75 is what I paid for them. $5.60 is what I sold them for, which is a 17% loss. So again, I mean, these were up big to being down, to being up, to being down, to being down. It's a fine balance between being patient and letting the trade work and taking what's given to you. I kind of struggle with that, and I go back and forth on, what to do. I shift that train of thought depending on how the market is. If markets are really ripping, then I'm much more patient. And so looking back, the mistake that I made on this is things were all choppy and really insane with equities. And so I should have gone out kind of at the resistance areas through here. But, we had a profitable trade off this 50-day moving average. But again, with these now just chilling, waiting, below the 50-day moving average gets rejected, moves lower. Again, anything can happen. But before I forget, let's look at MicroStrategy. They reported earnings today, and they're down only a little bit. So that's good to see. Yeah, it's down a couple dollars. So, okay, now let's go over Google. Okay, and again, this is another anomaly. Now, when I thought about it, Microsoft had a poor reaction to earnings, so I was like, ooh, why the frick did I hold Google going into earnings? I had a great cushion on these, and it just hit a new all-time high. So I was like, we'll let these ride into earnings. Now I should have taken some off, but whatever. It's always Monday quarterback season. So anyways, these debit spreads now, they're essentially worthless. So there's no point in really selling them. We'll see what happens. Maybe this can get back to $200, and then I would probably get out of them. Bad reaction to earnings. Sales did not beat or meet expectations, and that's always a huge sign, huge red flag. Kind of earnings sometimes is kind of like, whatever, but sales, revenue, that's what lots of times is very important. And they didn't wow anybody with those numbers. So, 7%, right? So again, these are two in the same day, right? With Geo and then Google. So again, that stuff's rare, but I should have done a better job thinking it through of what other companies are like Google that have reported and how was it received, right? So that's what I should have done better on these. But yeah, man, such a bummer. I did really nice cushion, maybe 20-25% cushion, and now those debit spreads are essentially worthless. So we'll just, like I said, we'll just let this ride, 200, whatever. So that goes through everything, and again, I'm going to make this video a little bit shorter today. So now let's go over other things that was really good. So Russell, wow, above the 50-day moving average, baby. So now these are up really nicely. These are debit spreads. February 28th is the expiration. 230 on the long call, 240 on the short call. So 320-ish is what I paid from. Those are currently 370-ish. So those are up nicely. And today, those were up huge, right? Really good gain on those. And then let's talk about Qs. So yesterday, I went long NASDAQ. So look at this, really strong day. And so like this first major pullback here, I got in. I like to do the TQQQs. So those are March 21st. This is the expiration, $81 strike price, $7.75 is what I paid. Those are currently $8.65. So again, these were up massive today. Nah, it wasn't massive today. That's not true. These were not up massive today. But they were up nicely yesterday going into the close and then just get slammed. And, that was the same day Google reported earnings and just got crushed. Oh, wait. Oh, shoot. This was yesterday. We were looking at today's chart. Really nice close. Wow. It's not around the last 10, 15 minutes. So yesterday, on this major pullback, because my plan was any major pullback during the day, intraday, and I would get in, and that's what I did. And so kind of pretty decisive over the 50-day moving average. So I was thinking, all right, it's pretty strong. Any sort of pullback will get in. And that's what I did. And it's funny, right? So Google has a bad reaction to earnings. It's down 8% or 7%, right? And I'm thinking, oh, great. Frickin', just as I get in, not only long Google, took that loss in Geo, Bitcoin's down. What were the other losers? Oh, that's it. Yes, Google, Geo. Geo's down. Oh, took that loss in Geo. Bitcoin's down. Google's getting slammed. But, oddly enough, between IWM and those the NASDAQ, today wasn't really that much of a bloodbath as I thought it would be. So that kind of dawned on me as why I don't really even mess with single stocks. And over this last month, I have a lot more. And my performance has been much more poor than if I would have just chilled and not really gone after anything, So when I was saying I might need to get a little bit more creative, I think it's actually the other way around. I should make it be much more simple. And all right, so and XLU. So I've started a position in XLU here, and we'll see what happens. I think around 80 or something, I'll probably get out. But that's March 21st is the expiration, $78 strike price, 245. Those are basically flat, down a little bit. I think I probably got in right around here or something. When is this? 12:30ish my time. Yeah, that's kind of when I was closing up. I thought, oh my gosh, I got to start looking at some sectors. I was like, oh, XLU. All right, so and then on the weekly chart, this looks okay. So monthly chart looked really good to me. Weekly chart's fine, whatever. I don't know. Daily chart's okay. I don't know. So, yeah, just going back to, it's just more simple, I just trade indexes, and that's where I have all my success. Every once in a while, I get such a banger with a single stock, and then I'm like, oh yeah, baby, and just just whatever. So I got to go back more to that, and that's just me personally. Okay, so let's go over, and that just works for me. So let's go over Mag 7. So look at this head fake. What a crazy market we're in, right? Just strange times. So Microsoft has been tanking, Nvidia's been tanking, Google down 8%, Apple down, after earnings, gave up 8% or something, in a couple days. And indexes look fantastic. So it's just really strange, right? Really freaking weird. But it is what it is, and now I would argue Nvidia doesn't even look that bad anymore. So now Taiwan Semiconductor, I'm going to have to go after this one again. I really, really didn't want to get out of that one. That was crazy. Yeah, see, this again, like, look at, like, what an anomaly all over again. That day, I was up really nice on this, was adding, beautiful uptrend, all-time high, and then just gets slammed, it's like, so, man, am I gonna have to get back into it? I can't do it. I can't do it. We got to stick with indexes and sector ETFs. That's the bread and butter. That's my winning formula for me. Now, every once in a while, I'll get into a single stock. But that's going to go back to how it was in the past, rare. Okay, so let's continue on here and then we'll wrap this up. I think things could get nuts this week. Apple just, I don't know. Don't know. Google again. Hey, this is off the 50-day moving average. And I thought, holy moly, you should go long again off this 50-day moving average. But I'm like, why the frick am I, I'm already in this trade and it's a loser, right? And like, yeah, I probably could salvage it a little bit better, but if Google's rocking, so are the Qs, so I'm in those and we'll just let this thing ride. Meta, I think, was up today. Oh, all-time high kind of gives it back a little bit. Yeah, you want to see some consolidation here, but my goodness, who would have thought? I would never have thought this turnaround in Facebook. Never. And I don't have a Facebook. I never, ever have, ever. The only time was like in high school with, old high school girlfriend that like made one for me. And I just never even knew the password. I just never am into Facebook or any of these things. So, or Instagram. So, when Facebook was really struggling, back all through down in here and, in 2022, big time, wow, that gap was insane. I'm like, well, yeah, because, Facebook's lame. And I still think it is, but what a remarkable recovery, my goodness. Oh my gosh. So I read where Mark Zuckerberg took the tampons out of men's bathrooms at Meta. And we're talking about adults here, and employees put them back in. That's how sick of a society that we live in. But anyways, Mark Zuckerberg's freaking, I don't trust him anyways, but what a turnaround, it's really interesting, right? You start fighting, you do jujitsu, you fight, you train, you work out, you lift weights, so you become physically stronger, get a little suffering, mentally stronger, emotionally stronger, and it's remarkable that what changes take place with that, right? But another way to say it is you become healthy again, right? So you're not making these sick, deranged things, right? Where you're like, wait a second, there's tampons in men's bathrooms. We got to get those freaking things out of there. That's sadistic and strange, right? So, hey, if Zuck can continue on this path, then that's freaking awesome. And I wish him all the best. So that's it for, Tesla. Let's look at Tesla. Yeah, see, and this was another really, really good setup where it, again, below the 50-day moving average, then coming back up, kind of breaking this trend line. Maybe I drew it wrong. Maybe it was more like that. And I might have jumped the gun, but regardless, it still looked strong. This was over that broke below the 50-day moving average, kind of stopping everybody out, coming back up. Again, that was a really weird one, right? So again, these things don't happen too much, you know. But it seems like, man, this last month they've been happening a lot, and that's okay, you know. But now look at this, it's rolling over. I don't know, right? So Tesla's rolling over. I mean, it just okay. So that's that. Now let's go over Dow. Dow continues to be the champion of champions here, and I love to see it. Dow Jones, my favorite index. Like I said, I've been chomping at the bit to get in this one, but I might have to be patient. Maybe we'll see. I'll be patient. It'll come. Yeah. Okay. Russell, over the 50-day moving average. Cool. All right. SPY, is this thing going to come all-time high yet or what? Oh, man. You guys, if we can turn up, you know, I was saying this to my fiance that, like, if we can, I was like, I know I've been saying this for an entire month straight or maybe more, but if markets can establish a new uptrend, it's going to be nutty. This is so much consolidation. So much. So that's why just stay optimistic, right? You know? I've never met a pessimistic billionaire. I love that saying. You know, stay optimistic, stay in the fight. Be in a place to receive, and if this new uptrend can start, then booyah. Okay. SPY, was that it? Oh, Q's. I love the close today. Again, we'll see what happens. I just don't really know. There's so much strange, like this is strange, all this, right? It's like all these little wedges that have just been failing. But then again, like weakness has certainly been bought. And like I'm saying, I don't get it where, like I already said, Google's, you know, down, Microsoft, Apple, Nvidia, and we could be on the precipice of forming a new uptrend. You know, that's pretty wild to me. Now, I don't know if getting out here would be prudent or not. We will see. Okay, so XLF looks so freaking good. Let's see how Berkshire Hathaway looks. I think they were up pretty big today. This looks really good. Really good. Really fantastic. Okay, consumer staples looks like it. I mean, it looks okay, you know. Looks okay. Consumer staples. Oh, shoot. Oh, and I'm in Nukes still. I forgot to mention this. So yeah, I'm still in this one. I added to this pretty heavily yesterday. And so that way now I can just chill. I have a position size that I like. Now this gap to fill here is definitely worrisome, but whatever. And I didn't write this down. 2 days ago it's 46.38, but I think it's considerably higher now because I really added to this pretty aggressively yesterday, I think. So I'm just going to sit and chill. It's like 47, 48 or something is now the average cost basis. So we're just going to chill on these and see what happens. I didn't, you know, I got some scar tissue with Taiwan Semiconductor. Yeah, so we'll just let's play out. All right, cool. That's it. You know, gold continues to rock and roll, baby. again, I'm kicking myself. We get out way too early with gold. It's such a funny game that we play here, right? Where, you get out early, be prudent. Hey, this is right around resistance. You get out, things freaking rockets higher. I even drew this trend line here, remember? And I said, this is respecting this trend line. I'm not going to take this as a swing trade. Who knows? That could be a mistake. And sure enough, wow, what a mistake that was. Silver is looking okay. But let's hope, things can kind of chill and come back and, get a little good trade off pullback. More obvious risk to reward, whatever. Like I said back here, I sold gold last year so many times too early, and it was still such a profitable trade for me that year. So it's whatever, it's just part of the game. Corn, okay. Wheat, okay. And that's it. Oh shoot, let's look at oil, nat gas, whatever. Let's look at oil, and then we'll get out of here. 4:30. Yeah, let's get out of here. Let's skedaddle. Wow. Interesting. So very interesting. Huh. Oh, let's look at the energy sector. Oh, and healthcare, and let's look at a couple other ones. I still think the energy sector can do good. What the heck? If this can kind of turn up, I don't know. That's strange, huh? Really strange. All right. Let's look at healthcare. Ooh, above the 200-day moving average. United Health. Whoa, and United Health was even down, and Dow was rocking. Wow. United Health. Okay, so biotech. Kind of whatever. All right, and then bonds looking like they're starting to work. Sort of. I wouldn't start a position here. But that's really good to see. Couple gaps in here to fill, but that's really good to see. Let's see the dollar. DXY. Oh, fan-freaking-tastic. Let's get this thing really rolling over. Yeah, let's really get this rolling over. That'll keep this bull market alive. All right, let's see if there's any massive losers today. Oh, Google. Oh, Uber. Wow, huh? Weird. Whoa, earnings are bad or something? What? Well, they crushed it. How the heck was the reaction bad? Uber stock falls in the face of its strongest quarter ever. Here's why. Of its autonomous potential. Very interesting. Because it will come where Elon gets that autonomous taxi service. That will happen. And then there goes Uber. Wow, very interesting. Huh. Okay, and then Amazon was down pretty big. Huh, after hitting an all-time high. Just strange, but still on this uptrend line that I drew. Yeah, still cruising along on the uptrend. All right, that's it. We'll see you guys tomorrow. I think this week could be fantastic. It's already Wednesday. Gosh, man, time flies. So that's it. See you guys.